Hello and welcome to another Tamar Talks Media video. Today I am going to be talking to you about my extensive research into the well-known crime film The Shawshank Redemption. I chose this film because when I was researching into the crime genre and I was looking through several websites, I found that this film had a very high rating, just from the general public really. For example, on IMDb it has a 9.3 out of 10 rating, which is rather high. In this video I am going to be talking to you about my research, but in particular I'm going to be talking about how this film fits in with the conventions of the crime genre. So let's get on with it, I suppose. I specified what conventions are for the crime genre in a previous video where I researched into 4 different genres, and from the conventions that I picked out from that, I feel that this film doesn't strictly relate to any of them. I feel that the only main one that it would relate to is that the main character Andrew is clearly quite materialistic, should we say, because he's a banker, so obviously they're going to want a lot of money. Yeah, he's quite rich, so I feel that is really one of the, if not the only convention that strictly relates to of the crime genre, is that he's materialistic and he has a lot of money. However, the fact that he's got a lot of money is not through crime, it's through his well-paid job of being a banker. So it sort of fits in and it sort of doesn't. Straight from the get-go really, you can tell as soon as Andrew gets to Shawshank prison that he does not fit in there at all whatsoever, one bit. If you can see in the clip that I'm showing you now, really as soon as you see him he's in a suit, whereas everyone else is not dressed anything like Andrew is. As you can see when the bus turns up into the prison as well, as he's walking along, he looks extremely uncomfortable to be in this situation he's in. Obviously it's never a situation that he thought he was ever going to find himself in, and I feel that this is clear by the look on his face, the clothes that he's wearing in comparison to everyone else, and just his whole persona really in this clip.
You speak English, butt steak? You follow this officer.
I've seen such a sorry-looking heap of maggot shit in all my life.
Hey, bitch, come over here!
Taking bets today, Red?
Smoke's a coin. Better's choice.
Smoke. Put me down for 2.
All right, who's your horse?
That little sack of shit. 8. 8 from the front. He'll be first.
Oh, bullshit. I'll take that action.
Yeah, me too.
You're out some smoke, son. Let me tell you.
Well, Haywood, you're so smart, you call it.
I'll take the chubby fat ass there, the 5th one from the front. Put me down for quarter deck.
I must admit I didn't think much of Andy the first time I laid eyes on him. Looked like a stiff breeze would blow him over. That was my first impression of the man.
What do you say, Red?
A tall drink of water with a silver spoon up his ass.
Vodka? Never happened.
10 cigarettes.
That's a rich bet.
All right, who's gonna prove me wrong? Haywood? Digger? Skeets? Floyd? 4 brave souls.
Return your cell logs for evening count. All prisoners return to your cell logs.
That fact doesn't really fit in with the convention of the usual crime genre, because usually the criminal in a crime genre comes from a minority background, where it's extremely clear that Andrew does not come from a minority background. He's obviously a banker, a well-known banker, and he's clearly not had many troubles in life apart from the one in fact he obviously finds himself in now. In this film and in some of the clips that I'll play and you'll hear throughout this video, you notice that Morgan Freeman, who plays the character Red in this film, actually voices over the film, which is again not really a typical convention of the crime genre, as usually you just see the action and you don't really have any voiceovers in the crime genre. So the fact that Morgan Freeman is voicing over the whole of this film, it sort of makes it stand out from the typical crime films that you usually see. I also feel that this film doesn't really have the usual typical characters that you can usually tell straight away with in a crime film who they are. So obviously you've got the criminal of Andrew and the criminals of the rest of the prison, and then you've got the police officers. But there's not really, like with the crime film, usually you have the police officers and you have the whole background as the police officers, you have the criminal and all the background is the criminal. So you've got your antagonist with the criminal and your protagonist with the police. You get your backgrounds into them, and then you get the civilians or the family of each people. Whereas with this film, you've literally just got focusing around two criminals. So there's not really a clear antagonist or a clear protagonist at all in this film, in my opinion. Also, this film isn't cliche, which if you watch the other video I talked about earlier, I said that in my opinion sometimes these films can be quite cliche, but this film is quite different from a lot of crime films. So I feel that it's in no way, shape or form cliche at all, which is always a good thing. So Andrew and Red are very different people from extremely different backgrounds, and this you can sort of tell straight away as soon as they meet each other, just how different they are and just how much Andrew sticks out like a sore thumb, really. There is a small bit of gore in this film. There's a scene that I'm playing now. You can see there's a fight happening. It's not the most goriest thing in the world, so it's still sticking with the gore convention, but just not really making it too gory and horrific and just not really nice to watch, which I think is quite good actually, because it means that more people want to watch it because they know there's not going to be loads of blood and guts everywhere, really, just a bit of blood from a fight. So yeah. So in conclusion, I feel that Shawshank Redemption doesn't actually really typically fit in with any of the typical conventions of the crime genre. But even though it doesn't, it's still a really good crime film because it sort of brings in more conventions that you might see in other films, but then again you might not. But it just gives it a different twist to a crime film and shows you a lot more about the criminals so that you're on the criminal side rather than on the policeman side. And obviously the major convention like that it doesn't fit in with is the minority background, I feel, because obviously, as I spoke about earlier, just how uncomfortable Andrew looks in his situation that he's in, being in prison, whereas all the other prisoners, they're just like, yeah, I'm here, might as well enjoy myself, whereas Andrew just looks like he just wants to be plucked out of there right away and just taken to a completely different place, which I can completely understand because I wouldn't want to go to prison. I'm not sure about you, but I wouldn't. So yeah, that's the end of my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again in another probably extensive research video, because you can never have enough research, can you? Let's face it. Opens up your eyes a little bit to the film and the crime genre. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I do honestly hope that you go and watch Shawshank Redemption because it is honestly a really good film. And until next time, I shall see you later. Bye.